Surviving adulthood. Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Andy,
Hey, I'm Tenile J.
and we are back with another episode of Surviving Adulthood podcast. We are a
Yes.
podcast about not just surviving, but also thriving. So, what's up?
What's up? I'm still trying to get myself together. But anywho, how y'all doing? What's new? What's new? Uh,
Right.
Set us off, Andrea.
What's
What's new for
new?
you this week?
Uh, I don't know why it seemed like I guess it is the beginning of the week. It's Monday. So I had
It
a
is.
full house over the weekend, but it felt really good. Family and my brother and my nieces was here. So that was good, just hanging out with them. Of course, I was happy for everybody to go so I could do whatever cleaning, needed to get done. But right now, just jumping into the beginning of the week, I have a few things coming up. So just organizing and getting into it. And I'm happy we get to catch up today.
Yes. Let's see. Geez, what's going on? Well, my son is taking another stab at swimming lessons
Oh, nice.
because I told him, he said, oh, I don't want to do swimming lessons. I'm like, yo, you have to do swimming lessons. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to go nowhere, swimming without your dad
Yeah.
or I.
Hmm.
Like, period. I don't care who it is. I don't care who's inviting you, whether they family, I know them. If it's
Yeah.
not your dad and I, you're not going.
Right.
So I was like, you need to at least learn the basics. He's just like embarrassed because he's, getting older and he doesn't know how
Hmm.
to swim.
It's
So
nothing
I'm
to
like,
be embarrassed
listen,
about. It's grown
yes, I told
people.
him. That's what I told him. And I said, it's not always the easy thing, right? And you don't
Right.
want this to be a hindrance for you, whether it's now or in the future.
Hmm.
So he came around. He was like, that person's like, I don't want to do it, but he's doing it. And so we
Yeah.
start that this week. And then, man, just trying to figure out, certain things to do this week. As a summer, we have no real summer plans, you
Yeah.
know. So just want to make sure that we are being busy and
Hmm.
having fun, each week with the kids. So that's what's going on. And like you said, like keeping a clean house.
Girl.
But
It's
I don't
summer.
like a lot. We're different. I don't like a lot of company. And so when I do invite people over, I'm like, this is, the chance to come together over here.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so
And I see you got your Ignorance is Bliss shirt on today.
oh, which way?
Pink.
Oh,
Yep, there it go.
yes,
Ignorance
yes.
is Bliss. Listen.
Check us out. We're gonna have a story, y'all. We're gonna have everything. We're gonna have all all the alls, okay? All of
Yes,
it.
it's
Hmm.
coming soon.
And
So
so yes.
now that we caught up, let me go ahead and
Hmm.
dive into what we found on Reddit. And all right,
Yes.
let's
Which
get
one? Yeah,
into
let's see which
it.
one you picked out.
So it says, husbands and boyfriends, how often do you touch your woman? So it says, so I'm a 32 male, can't seem to keep my hands off my girlfriend, 27 female. I mean, that's literally how they have it.
Mm-hmm. I see that a lot these days.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, I
We've
guess
huh?
you have to like probably
That's specific.
uh-huh,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
that makes sense. It says we've been together for almost 3 years now, and I just want to know if it's normal or excessive. It's like no matter what I'm doing, driving on the couch, in the grocery store, or on the couch. Um, in the grocery store, I can't refrain from massaging her back or feet, gripping her thighs, squeezing, rubbing her butt, shoulder rubs, etc., multiple times per day. She hardly ever stops me because she knows how comforting it makes me feel. Is this normal? And are any of y'all like this with y'all women's, or is it just me? And so he put
Hmm.
under it, it says, okay, thanks for confirming my normalcy. That's what he put LOL.
Interesting. So only thing that kind of like stick out to me is he said like it makes him feel comforting. So that's just like the only thing for me. Like of course, like when you rubbing or filling up on your significant other, or partner or whatever, like that does feel good to you and hopefully
Mhm.
them as well, right? But it seems like it's a codependency. That's just the only
Mhm.
thing that I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
because he
But
said
like
it,
the touch,
comforts him.
yes, because I did read those some of the comments, and
Mhm,
a lot of the comments were from, not a lot, but some of them were from married people, and they were like,
mhm,
I've been married X amount of years, and I
mhm,
still love to touch my wife, which is a great
mhm.
thing, right?
Yes.
Shows that that flame is still
Mhm.
lit. Like, so I know, like, cause
Yeah, I was reading the comments too.
yeah, like, yeah, yeah, rub on me, yeah,
Mhm.
rub on me, but not to the point where
And
it's like
it's
a
also
codependency.
like that may be his form of like intimacy, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's he likes personal touch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here for it. Hey, give me
Yeah,
a hug, squeeze my thigh,
yeah,
a
rub my feet,
little,
all of it.
I definitely want a
Yeah,
nice foot rub my
yeah, for
because
sure.
I'm quick to be like, can you rub my back?
That part. Can you rub my
So,
shoulders? I mean, really anything, but
mhm,
just not that it's a codependency. I just,
yeah.
that just kind of stuck out to me. Other than that, I mean, I think it's perfectly
And it's
fine.
not like he doing it all day every time I like
No, he said he doing it every time, girl. He told us. He said
yeah, he did say
he
that.
don't care if
I
he
feel like it's
driving.
also a limit to like
Well, yeah, with her, I guess she probably, like he said, she never tells him no, or
Mhm.
because she knows how it is.
And it's
So
she in a relationship. So
yeah,
that change, I mean,
well,
I'm not saying that you're not and I don't know. I guess it just depends. Cause if something is making your partner uncomfortable or not. Well, you would think you would
you
know.
should.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I mean, you
should
may not
really be
always
able
know,
to,
but you should definitely
yeah, for
speak
the
up
most
if
part, if they be okay, like, let me breathe a little. But yeah, I thought that was cute. I was like, no, that's good.
yeah, I think it's fine.
You gotta
Long
show
as it's not a
everybody that you care.
codependency.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only thing.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So okay.
So
Well,
yeah, that's not it. That's
I
yeah,
didn't see
yeah.
a name on there, so but
Oh, we ain't gotta say his name
no.
though.
It may have been,
And it's not their real names anyways, right? Because of
yeah,
where it's at.
it's
They just be
different.
having, yeah.
Little
Um,
names.
yes. But we want to remind you guys to follow, like, subscribe, share. You know, this episode, all episodes, go back to the very beginning and you'll see the evolution that we're from where we started from to where we are
Yeah.
and to where we're going.
And she got
So
us
yes,
boom, y'all. So here we
I
are.
know. Okay, so this is also two-part going back to the catch up. I was very exhausted. So we were really supposed to film in person, but I was so exhausted. And so here we are. I couldn't get it
Yes,
together, y'all. But hopefully y'all rock with us through this
most
episode. And this is not something that will be an ongoing thing because we don't like to do this, but we felt the need to just press
it was
through.
necessary.
Yes. And so here we are.
Surviving
But yeah,
adulthood.
at its best. And so we're going to get into the topic. So the topic today is forgiveness.
Mhm.
Um, and so, y'all send us some things that you had to get over this hurdle in terms of forgiveness. Who did you have to forgive? Um, and what did you do to reach that point of forgiveness? And how did you feel? And so we bring this up because recently at the Impact Awards that Jason Lee, who does Hollywood Unlocked, he puts together this award show, I think every year for the past, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 years or something. I'm not quite sure, but it seems to be very successful. And I'm very happy for that. Hopefully, one day it'll be televised because it looks like it's a good time. And so, celebrating us Black people and showing us in a wonderful light, like we need more than that. We need more than just BET, right? So, anywho, oh, but also too that the NAACP, and we have the Rio Awards as well. So the more the merrier. But Dion Taylor, he posted a clip that Jonathan Majors, he was receiving the Perseverance Award,
Yep.
and it was really emotional for him. And I just think like kudos for him for pressing through. And when we talk about like forgiveness in terms of this, like the community seems to be forgiving him, and I'm using quotation marks, right? Because like they was throwing in the towel with him, especially he was with that white woman. They was like, man, brother, you deserve this for even being with a white woman. You know, this is what you get. And so,
That's
and
cold.
but Deontay, huh?
I said, damn, that's cold. Hey,
I
but
mean,
it's
that was
reality
the
though.
consensus. That was
Yeah,
the consensus. You
yeah.
know, whether some people felt that he really did do something
Hmm.
or not, that was the overall consensus. And so,
Right.
um, but Deion Taylor, he made a great point in terms of talking about, us as a people, we are throwing we're so quick to throw people away
Yeah.
instead of like uplifting them, providing them resources, reaching out, really helping. And of course, like us, we are, everyday people. So we're not part of like the celebrity scene. So we're not reaching out to no Jonathan Majors, but those who are, you know, did you, or even people in our own
Hmm.
everyday life, right? Are we reaching out and saying,
Right.
hey, what is it that we could do? You know what I'm saying? Because maybe what you did was not the best thing, and I forgive you, but I'm here for you.
Right.
So, or even like the slap with Will Smith, right? That's another cultural thing for us Black people. It's like, oh, snaps, like he slapped Chris Rock in front of all these white people. It was like,
Mhm.
Black people business. And what's the name? Stephen A. Smith was like, he can't go see Bad Boys 4 until Will Smith addresses this. But he has addressed it. He has talked about it. And the only thing that matters is he talks to Chris Rock about it. The
So
rest of us,
yeah.
I've seen comments, people saying, oh, we're not tripping, we forgive them, and same type of whatever people were saying. The consensus on that I seen was that people are moving forward,
Mhm.
right? And so I think that's what we need to do. You do hold people accountable, but you should be able to forgive too. So, and that's whether on a large stage or small, like us, everyday people. And so, what's your thought?
Listen, like you said, with us, it's different. I feel like when you're in, and not saying it's so much different, but like you said, on a larger scale, right? You have all of these people weighing in on media, that feels like they're owed an apology as well, but it didn't happen
Mm-hmm.
to you. It's like
That
you're
part.
an outside person, and but that also happens in our world too, because sometimes other people may have gotten offended by something, and it's like, well, you weren't even really in it. Like they used to say when we was kids,
Right.
what they say, it's the A and B conversation, so I'm gonna need you to
Season
see your way.
C.
Why were
See
you
your way
saying
out of it.
that? Yes, like you don't even know the flavor of the Kool-Aid.
Please. That part. And that
But
happens often too. So I think that on a scale that we can relate to
yeah,
more so, I think forgiveness is very important to the individual. I
absolutely.
think that because when you're not able to forgive people, oftentimes you're harboring whatever that is, that weight that's unnecessary. And even if you're like super successful, you got shit popping off for you, things are moving well, doing good, that's great. But you still harboring that shit with you.
Right. And
And
sometimes,
don't think that you're not.
yeah, and I was gonna say sometimes forgiveness may just be something that you need to go in your quiet corner, in your closet, in your
Yeah,
prayer room. You may never even have the other person there with you to be able to like talk through or work through some things. Like you said, it's really important to the individual, to our own spirits when we're working with our own healing process and figuring out what forgiveness looks like for us, because it is something that you have to work on, and like forgiveness is not easy, like you said, like
yeah. It's a journey,
it is.
right?
And
It's a journey. So
yeah, I was just gonna say
yeah,
like
go ahead.
shoot, I forgot y'all. Oh, let's go. But yeah.
But no, so like it is a journey. It's not easy. But the thing is you have to do this, you gotta work through it. And
Hmm.
I like that what you said about the other person may not even be a part of your process, right? So people have to learn how to get through this situation,
Mhm.
um, get to the other side of the journey to reach forgiveness by
Right.
yourself,
Mhm.
because you're not going to always receive an apology,
Mm-mm.
or the type of apology that you think that you deserve, right?
Ooh,
you
that's
you
like
you you
you
have to work
conjured
through
up
that.
what type of apology you deserve, you know?
Yes, right. You
It's
said,
like,
oh, you got it
so
in your mind, like, oh, this is
yeah.
what I'm looking for.
Mhm,
And so, and it's obviously it don't always work like that. So I
mhm.
think that we need to have like more realistic expectations
Yeah.
for one another, provide a lot more grace, and just I think the more of us that do it, and especially like in today's time, I don't know how well that will be
Mhm.
conveyed, especially because of social media. Like
Right.
everything is either so fake or toxic.
Mhm.
Um, you know, and so hopefully, your behavior
Yeah.
is what sets people apart, is what sets things apart. Say, oh, this person went through, you
Mhm.
know, even if you don't know great full detail, you was
Right.
going through something, and they were able to forgive that person
Mhm.
and move forward. Also, too, forgiveness doesn't always mean like, no matter what the relationship is, it doesn't mean that we have to be how we once were. It
Mhm.
just means that I've reached a point, at least to me,
Mhm.
reached a point where I'm able to just be free, not hold
Mhm.
anything on. Sometimes pettiness may kick in a little bit.
Absolutely.
You
It
know what I'm
does,
saying? A
that's just life.
little,
Yeah.
yeah. But overall, it's like I'm not even on that type of time.
Mhm. Right.
Like it's better
Absolutely.
for me to just move on, cleanse, like you said, get into my quiet corner, my quiet space, and pray and talk to God and say, Jesus,
Yeah.
help
For
me
real.
remove this.
Mhm.
And that's the thing too. Y'all need to call on Jesus in a real way.
Hello.
Like, just get up in there.
Yeah.
Because it's not, again, it's a
Yeah, we
journey. It's
be
not
needing them
easy.
because
You're
it be
not doing it
many a
on your
night.
own. Yeah, and you're not
Listen.
doing it on your own. Like, oh, I woke up and now
Mhm.
I forgive. Like, no, let him meditate that
Yeah.
on your heart, on your spirit. And so that's another factor. But yeah.
Because
Hmm.
sometimes people don't even know that they offended you or, that a
Yeah.
apology is even needed, right? And we harbor and hold a lot of things in. It's like for me, I definitely am an overthinker. And that's something that I have to be mindful of when I am thinking. And I like to write a lot of things down. Uh-oh. There we go. We got her back, y'all. So, but for me, I was saying I like to write, a lot of things down. That's a way for me to be able to like release and process things. So then I'm not just holding on to something because we're all, human beings. We all have different emotions and tolerance levels. So, just keeping that in mind. And something else I was thinking about when you were talking about the post Dion posted when she gave Ayanla Van Zet gave
I
um
can never say her name. You can say her name. I'm jealous.
when she gave him that hug, like he was holding so much in for so long that he finally felt, like he could just release because we do hold we're our biggest critic all the time.
Oh, for sure.
So, like sometimes and people have said this to me like, "Oh, sometimes you act nonchalant about things," but I'm already being hard on myself. So, 9 times out of 10, it really don't even have nothing to do with the other person. I know I may have been wrong in a situation or, just happen to put my pride to the side or yeah.
Yeah. I mean, oh, that's a good point too. Putting your pride to the side, putting your ego to the side.
Mm,
That's another thing too that we let get in the way. Our pride and our ego. It's not that serious.
it's not.
It's not that serious. And if it is, again, you got to work through that journey. And I think in terms of like on the bigger scale, it's great for us to see that Will Smith stays on top. So that's another thing too, right? Like it's important that our greats stay where they are,
Absolutely.
unless they are doing something egregious, like
Yeah.
who.
Right.
And so, those types of things should not be and those type of actions should not be tolerated, right? But I think in terms of like what happened with Will and Chris, that's something that they can work that stuff out.
Mhm.
That he's not going around just slapping people, you know what I'm saying? And then with Jonathan Majors, I think it's great because I'm excited to see
Yeah,
his
me
the new
too.
movie that he's in, and then
Mhm.
see what else is to come because they snatched a lot of shit from him. And me personally, I just don't feel like he deserved all what he received.
Yeah.
And of course, like you got to take accountability for your actions,
Mhm.
but I just don't think that it was all of that was
Yeah.
warranted.
And
And it
it's
doesn't
a
happen
topic
to
in itself.
anybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so many
topic
things
in
happen.
itself.
Yeah. And like you said, we are our own biggest critics.
Mhm.
And instead of more people doing research and I don't know, like providing just different things. People were just like, and especially in the media space, right? Because this is where we find everything out. We're
Yep.
tuning in, we're listening.
Mhm.
Um, People reading the blogs and all the stuff instead of having a different point of view.
Mhm.
Um, you know, so I mean, I don't think overall that would change, but hopefully for us, it will look a little different in time.
Yeah.
So
And that's
yeah,
why forgiveness is important. So taking time to step out of your own shoes sometimes and look at it from different perspectives, even though it's hard. And it's definitely a skill to be able to do that. But really just remembering, like you said, that we're all human. And if I'm on this path of doing a better job in communicating or, my actions and all of that, then allow me some grace. So,
yeah, grace needs to be given a lot more. And so I mean, like I said at the beginning, y'all tap in. Like, what do you think about forgiveness? Are y'all holding on to stuff? Y'all able to let it go? Also too, what are some of the hardest things for people to forgive?
yeah.
You know, so drop that down too, um, in the chat. Like, what is so hard to let go? What are some of the offenses?
And
Because
sometimes people
also,
say certain things are unforgivable. It will never be no
that's true.
forgiveness. Like,
That's true.
so
That's true. Also too. Well, what warrants that? What type of actions warrant no forgiveness?
right.
So y'all drop that, in the comments as well. Because that's interesting. I do agree. Like some stuff you just there's no coming back from.
Yeah.
It's just done deal
That
for you.
ain't no
Yeah,
sunshine when she's gone.
yeah,
I don't know why that came to
yeah,
my mind. But all right,
yeah,
y'all. Y'all already know we will be back soon. Make sure y'all like,
yeah.
comment, and subscribe and tap in. Answer some of
Wait,
those
but before
questions.
we go,
Yeah.
we're forgetting one thing. What are we surviving this week?
Mm.
Or
I
thriving to do, right? So
oh, perfect example. I am thriving right now because I've made all of our necessary phone calls to be able to continue our business. It is
yeah,
a journey within itself as we continue to build out this platform and our topics, that we're taking the necessary steps on the back end to make sure we're providing quality and resources and solutions, because we also have a nonprofit organization speaking to the
yes.
mic outside of this. So, I'm thriving right now. That's how I feel. So, although
That's
it's
good.
surviving at the same time, being on the phone because I was next to you, like, oh, like,
Oh my God. I know I had sent the eye emoji like, oh, but that's good. I mean, well, thank God. Amen. Amen.
amen.
Let's see. Okay. Thriving. Thrive. What am I thriving? I feel like I am thriving in
Yeah.
terms of parenthood
Okay.
because, like I mentioned earlier with the swimming with my son,
Mhm.
we had a little talk and he had a change of heart and I let him express himself. And as
Mhm.
he was expressing himself, I was on the phone with one of my best friends, and I was like, Um, yeah, like he could not be born in like 1983, 1993, because my mom would have been like, I
It's
don't care
different.
what you feeling and what you talking about. Like
Yeah.
it's a done deal. But
Yeah.
I heard him out. I talked
Mhm.
through it with him. He had a change of heart. So I'm thriving in that regard
Good.
and surviving. That parenting is a that's a journey. So I'm surviving. So, but outside that, y'all, like Andy said, it's been great. Again, comment, like, subscribe, share, and that's it, huh? Leave us a comment. Like, come on, drop
I'm over
in.
here
Like,
laughing because you're talking about parenthood, and all I heard when you kept saying that was the hood. The hood is ghetto,
uh,
you know,
it
all of it. But yeah,
is.
all right,
But
y'all.
yeah, until next time.
Bye.
Bye.